Coming up on The Shield, we take a look at the Holy Week services provided by the university.
Plus, area grade school students came to Valpo to see all the magic behind everyday weather. All that and more, you are watching The Shield at 6 o'clock.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Dave Caulfield.
And I'm Allie Katsanias. As we have done so many times before here on The Shield, we spotlight a campus student organization that is planning or has planned to do something to better the student body, the Valpo community, or the world. And this week, we center on the Greek InterVarsity organization, a typical Bible study open to anyone, but particularly geared towards members in Greek life.
VUTV spoke with senior Justin Thompson-Gee, sophomore Margot Banakis, and senior Katie Cotton to get their thoughts on Greek IV.
Greek Conference is a blast. It's a 3-day weekend with about 600 different Greeks, all from the Midwest or even some from farther away than that. And basically you're put into different tracks depending on where you are in kind of your walk of faith, depending and on your interest level. Some that might include leadership things or how you can influence younger generations or anything like that. But otherwise it's just a place where you can kind of just come hang out with those 600 different Greeks.
My favorite part about Greek IV is just leading students from all different chapters, that it's not just one organization or one chapter, but we all come each week to study God's Word.
My favorite part is the fellowship that I have with all the different Greek students. Being able to talk openly about my faith with anybody, not just Pi Phis, but all the different sororities and fraternities on campus, and just having that group of students that understand what I'm going through because I'm a Greek student, but I'm also a Christian.
About 10 to 15 Greeks from all organizations attend this Bible study each week, and some travel to the Greek InterVarsity Conference in Indianapolis that is held annually.
Visiting fiction novelist Arliss Ryan was on campus this past week and spoke at 2 events. Shield correspondent Gus Radke has more.
The English department of Valparaiso University held its second installment of WordFest for the spring semester. On Tuesday night, the lecture featured author Arliss Ryan. The event started with the minor technical difficulties that delayed the event for nearly half an hour. Ryan spoke on her book, The Secret Confessions of Anne Shakespeare. In this fictional novel, Ryan speculates that Anne Hathaway, Shakespeare's wife, could have written several famous classic plays. The book tells the story of Shakespeare's wife in a different way than what is normally accepted by Shakespearean authors.
Every time I read something about it and there was a reference to Shakespeare's wife Anne, it was almost always a really negative reference to this poor woman.
The event filled the Muller Hall refectory, leaving standing room only. Ryan also held a workshop Wednesday afternoon while she was still on campus. This workshop covered how to be a writer and how to make a living out of writing. She shared much of what she had learned through the years of her writing career. Despite some technical setbacks, WordFest was able to give an alternative look at the origins of some of the world's most famous plays. I'm Gus Radke, reporting for The Shield.
And with a quick check of our Valpo weather, we welcome in Storm Shield meteorologist Rebecca Shepard here in our Storm Shield Forecast Weather Center. Good evening, Rebecca.
Hey guys, well, weather for this week, we're going to stay at about average for this time of year as we move into the weekend, which is about upper 50s. But as we start our work week next week, we're going to warm up. I'm thinking 70s and possibly even seeing 80s. But with that warm up, there's a chance for showers and possibly a rumble of thunder or two. I'll have more with my forecast coming up. Back to you guys.
All right, Rebecca, we'll see you in a bit. Now for a look to see what was going on in the chapel this past weekend, we turn it over to news correspondent Gus Radke.
Students who stayed on campus over Easter break were given quite a treat. The Chapel of the Resurrection held a glorious Easter Sunday service. The chapel held its Easter Sunday celebration last Sunday. The service included performances by the campus orchestra, handbells, choir, and some dancers. The chapel was also decorated with colorful banners and balloons. The sanctuary was filled with members of the community and students. Some students were able to leave for home over break, but others did not have a choice.
I had to stay to play with the concert band.
Pastor Charlene Cox gave the sermon for the service. She was confident in how the celebration played out.
From the beginning through the music to the end, everything hung together pretty much like we wanted it to. So people seem to be drawn into the story, and that's what we hope.
The Easter celebration did not end with the morning service. The chapel also held a barbecue Sunday night for the campus, making the Easter celebration complete. I'm Gus Radke, reporting for The Shield.
Holy Week was celebrated this past week at Valpo. Students were given Good Friday off to return home to family and friends or stay on campus. We're here with junior communications major Allie Hall to ask her what she did over Easter. Allie, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Dave.
So what did you do over Easter break?
Usually I go home for Easter break, but this year I decided to stay on campus. My family and my boyfriend's family came to Easter celebration here, and we went to church here. Other than that, I just kind of hung out with my family. It was really nice.
So do you think it was beneficial for you to stay on campus this year as opposed to going home? And did it have any other effects that you didn't experience before?
It was a lot different than going to church at home. It was really nice though. The weather was wonderful. So it was just nice to stay here, and it was nice that both of our families could be here too. So it was a little bit different, but I liked it.
Where did you celebrate Mass? Did you go to the chapel or did you go to some other place?
I went to a different church off campus, a Lutheran church off campus, yeah. I've never been to the Mass at the chapel, but it's really nice.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks.
We're going to take a quick break. When we return, we'll have a look at news made outside of Valpo's campus.
Plus, a look at your Crusader sports. Stay tuned, you're watching The Shield at 6 o'clock.
So, are you going out tonight?
I can't. My parents say I have to be home right after work.
That's so gay.
Totally gay.
Ugh, that is so Emma and Julia.
Why are you saying that's so Emma and Julia?
Well, you know, when something is dumb or stupid, you say that's so Emma and Julia.
Imagine if who you are were used as an insult. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
Lollipop, lollipop, oh la.
We Say What We Want, Thursday nights at 7 p.m., only on VUTV.
Welcome back to The Shield. 4 New York City police officers are expected to recover from a shootout in Brooklyn. The officers were called out to an apartment building Saturday night on reports that 33-year-old Naquan Foxworth was threatening movers. Once they arrived, they say Foxworth was holding his pregnant girlfriend and their 4-month-old son hostage in a 6th-floor apartment. The woman and child fled from the apartment about a half hour after midnight. That's when police say Foxworth fired shots from the apartment, hitting the officers. Police then shot Foxworth in the stomach. He's in stable condition.
A church in Indianapolis gave away nearly 300 Easter baskets to mark the holiday. As Aaron Murphy reports, it's a tradition that just keeps growing.
Dozens of passengers managed to escape from a tour bus that caught fire in Ormond Beach, Florida. The Florida Highway Patrol says the bus was carrying 48 German tourists from Orlando to St. Augustine. A witness says passengers noticed smoke coming from the back of the bus just before the driver pulled over to check it. No one was injured. 2 other buses came up to pick up the stranded passengers.
A towboat carrying more than 11,000 gallons of fuel sank in the Mississippi River. It went down late last week. Authorities say the boat was pushing 8 empty barges when it hit a piling near New Orleans and took on water. Crews laid out miles of industrial booms to try to soak up any possible oil that leaked. No one was injured. Officials are assessing the potential danger to a nearby water intake system.
An Islamic center in California opened its doors to Easter celebrations. The Salam Community Center in Sacramento allowed a Christian group to hold 2 Sunday morning services on its campus. The Spiritual Life Center did not have a place to hold them since its lease expired at another church. Churchgoers called it a lesson in unity.
Many students left this past weekend for the holiday. For students returning back to Valpo, what are we expecting this week in weather? Storm Shield meteorologist Rebecca Shepard joins us in the studio with more.
Well, we're expecting temperatures to be about average for this time of year. Average is about upper 50s, and that'll continue into the weekend, and Friday and Saturday. But Saturday and Sunday, we do see a chance for some showers and possibly some thunder showers as we move into the work week. But with that, we'll also see a warm up in temperatures, and with that warm up, that warm front is going to be swinging through, and that's why we're going to have the chance of showers and thunderstorms. So let's take a quick look at our futurecast. As you can see, as I move it through Wednesday and into Thursday, we're basically just sitting under high pressure, even as we move into the weekend. And so that's why we're going to have clear and sunny skies tonight, tomorrow, maybe even to the start of Saturday. But as you see Saturday, a low pressure system is going to be moving out of the plains and into our area. That warm front quickly comes through and we'll be bringing in showers, thunderstorms, but also warmer temperatures. So let's take a look at our forecast for tonight. We can expect a low around 30 degrees. Winds will start out at about 10 miles per hour, but then will calm down. And with those calm winds and low temperatures, you can expect a chance of frost overnight tonight and even into tomorrow, but that frost won't stick around for too long. You can see we have a high of 55 degrees and clear skies, sunny conditions. Winds will pick up out of the northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Now let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. Sun sticks around Thursday and even Friday. The chance of showers starts on Friday, however. A high of 61 degrees on Friday. Saturday, showers still, a high of 73. And Sunday, we warm all the way up to 83 degrees, but that's when thunder showers can come back into our forecast. Monday, we are at 70 degrees with showers and thunderstorms. So you can expect, showers and thunderstorms this weekend, but I'm looking forward to those way warmer temperatures compared to our average, which is only in the upper 50s.
Well, thank you very much, Rebecca.
Yep.
We are going to take a quick break. Sports is next. Stay tuned.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
With a look at all your Valpo sports, we turn it over to Jeff Larson. Jeff?
Thanks, Allie. The baseball team had a pair of games to begin this week. They first took on Grace Monday afternoon. They put on an offensive show as they won with ease 12-5. Ryan Kennedy got the win in relief for the Crusaders. He goes to 1-0. Tyler Weber with the loss for Grace. He drops to 0-1. Grant Yoder went deep in that game for the Crusaders. It was his first home run of the year, and he also added 4 RBIs. Will Hagel also added 5 RBIs as well. Andrew Bain and Tanner Vavra each scored 3 runs. Tuesday, they battled Western Michigan. They would need only the 6th and 7th innings as they defeated the Broncos 6-2. Billy Cribbs picked up 3 RBIs, and Andrew Bain went 3 for 5 in the process. Will Robinson had a solid outing, going 6 innings, giving up 4 hits and 2 runs, while walking only 1 batter and striking out 5. Valpo sits in a 4-way tie for second place with Butler, UIC, and Milwaukee as they trail Wright State by 4 games. The team steps back into conference play this weekend for a 3-game series against the Youngstown State Penguins. First pitch will be Friday at 2 p.m. The women's tennis team was in action Monday against South Dakota. The Crusaders won only 1 match in the contest as they were defeated 7-0. Megan Barthels and Kristen Zakaiewicz were the lone Crusaders to pick up a win in the contest. Tuesday, they took on Bowling Green. The Crusaders were unable to get anything going as they lost 7-0. Bowling Green won every single match that took place at the Perrysburg Tennis Center. The women will be back on the court this Saturday when they welcome the Youngstown State Penguins to the Valpo Tennis Complex. First serve will be at 11 a.m. From the women to the men, they were in action on Monday as well. The Crusaders lost only 2 matches against Chicago State as they snapped their 7-match losing streak, winning 6-1. Chris Baum and Eric Hunter not only won their respective singles matches, but they teamed up and won their doubles match. They will return to action at the Valpo Tennis Complex when they welcome the Youngstown State Penguins on Saturday. First serve will be at 1 p.m. Finally, the women's bowling team is in Cleveland, Ohio this weekend to participate in the NCAA championships. The team qualified for the tournament for the first time in school history. Joining the Crusaders are Arkansas State, Central Missouri, Fairleigh Dickinson, last year's national champion Maryland Eastern Shore, Nebraska, Sacred Heart, and Vanderbilt. All 8 teams will be in action Thursday as they bowl against one another to determine the seedings in the tournament. Friday morning will begin the double elimination tournament, with Saturday holding the title match, and it will be on ESPNU. That's it from the sports desk. I am Jeff Larson. Dave?
Thanks, Jeff. Last week, over 600 area kids from across northwest Indiana came to Valpo to learn about how the weather works in Valpo's Meteorology Field Day. From tornadoes and rain to sunshine and pressure, Storm Shield meteorologist Matt Schaefer has the kids' reactions.
This year, more than 600 3rd through 6th graders from 15 local schools attended Meteorology Field Day, hosted by our Honor Society, Chi Epsilon Pi, and their 40-plus volunteers here trying to teach everyone about the weather.
Students moved from table to table, learning about everything from winter weather to radar, hurricanes, air pressure and wind, tornadoes, and even the Doppler effect.
We have 10 experiments that are being put on by the students, and we're also having the Porter County Emergency Manager bring the emergency command vehicle to campus for the students to tour as well. Our most popular event or tables last year were our lightning table and our winter weather table. The lightning table has all kinds of electricity experiments. We have a Van de Graaff generator. Kids can see how the electricity can move about and cause all kinds of different particles to bounce around. In our winter weather table, we talk about the safety that needs to be taken into account for blizzards and other winter storms, and we actually can make some snow for the kids, which is what they really love.
But besides just being a fun field trip, the event has greater intentions.
Met Field Day is an event to educate the elementary school kids into what weather actually is, try to get them interested, and also teach them some parts of the safety that they need to survive in the weather conditions. We want to have them aware of the weather and educate them early.
While the students were learning inside, others went outside to look at the Emergency Management Mobile Response Truck, where they were also treated to the monthly test of the university's siren.
Well, the hope is that a few of these students want to actually become meteorologists in the future. The goal for most is to simply generate awareness about what Mother Nature can do and to show them that you can have fun learning about the weather. For The Shield, I'm meteorologist Matthew Schaefer.
With your last check of your weather, we are joined once again by Storm Shield meteorologist Rebecca Shepard. So Rebecca, what types of weather should we be expecting for the next couple of days?
Well, our temperature for the next couple of days will be right around average, which is upper 50s. As we move into the weekend, we can expect temperatures to warm up. So 61 on Friday, Saturday 73, and even 83 on Sunday. But with that significant warm-up, we do see a chance of showers in the early part of the weekend and then thunderstorms as we move into our work week on Monday. However, I really do appreciate that warm-up. 83 in April is pretty nice for this time of year.
All right, sounds good, Rebecca. Thank you.
That's going to do it for this edition of The Shield. I'm Ali Kitsanias.
And to get on-demand VUTV programming, log on to youtube.com/ValpoVUTV. For all of us here at VUTV, I'm Dave Caulfield. Good night.